the tabletop takeaway.
Game mechanics on display.
Three designers share the stage.
Pick a genre and we'll play
The tabletop takeaway.
Welcome back to the Tabletop Takeaway. I'm Charlie McCarran.
I'm Trevor Muller-Hagel.
And I'm Ananda Gunratna.
And we're here on location at Source Comics and Games in Roseville, Minnesota. And today is a very special live event that Trevor has been planning for quite some time, and he's done this before, the Iron Designer Challenge.
Yeah, this is our third Iron Designer Challenge. We do it once a year. It used to be just because our design days here would get back-to-back at the Source, and so we're just like, you know what, let's just have it be an event because that seems special. This year we actually had to plan it, though, and I try to do a different challenge every year or different set of challenges. This year it's a one-day event that's 6 hours long, and it's our longest single day to date, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, and the way it's working this year, I think, is pretty cool. Describe how you're making this like a more community challenge than a normal Iron Designer Challenge.
Yeah. So basically, every group is going to be doing the design of a game. So they're going to brainstorm some ideas based off of the publishers that, I came up with the publishers and Ananda came up with their different games that they have in their inventory or in their catalog. And they're looking to pitch to those pretend publishers. And so they're going to design games and brainstorm games that would fit in one of their catalogs. And then they're going to kind of do a soft pitch to us, like, hey, which one do you think would be best? And then they'll pass that game to someone else after they design and develop it a little bit. And then that new group will develop it more thoroughly, develop more content, maybe find maybe breaks in the core design and try to fix those breaks but keep the core intent of the design. And then they'll pass it on to the third group, which will figure out how to pitch that game to the publisher the best way possible. So it's like a fun little baton that's being passed. And since we have 3 groups this year, that means that every group will touch every game. And at the end of the day, we're going to give each game a score. And whichever one gets the highest, we'll say will be published. But, hard air quotes on that.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea because there's the side that designers don't often practice is taking someone else's game and developing it, which is a super good skill to learn. And the pitching side, which I've never done that myself, of pitching someone else's game. So
yeah, right.
I wish I was participating, but here I am as a judge, which will be awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
As I said, this is the 3rd annual Iron Designer Challenge. We're doing something a little different this year, as we do every year. This year I have you in groups of 3 to 4, and you are going to work together to do the 3 steps of the design process, which is design, develop, and pitch, at least in broad categories. Another twist this year is that you will be passing your game to another group for the next part of the process. So you will design a game, another group will develop it, and another group will pitch it. Each time you will send an agent from your group to the next group to teach them the game, and then you'll go back to your original group and you will work on either developing or pitching that new idea. Each stage will have a point that you will interact with us, and we are actually representing 3 different publishers. These are fake publishers, and this is all fake pitching, so it's all pretend. We have Amerigold Games, which is what I'm going to be representing. Amerigold focuses on kind of more Ameritrash or, more theme-heavy, random-heavy experience. That's kind of their main focus. And then we also have Partapalooza, which Charlie will be representing. Those are more like party games if you're thinking like Uno, Mass Market, or even, but Hey, That's My Fish is a little party gamey. Throw Burrito, anything like that would fit into that category. Contemplay is what Ananda will be representing. And this is more of your traditional Euro, worker placement games, economic simulators, things like that. Resource management. Anything like that works for all of us. So if you choose which group you want to focus on, you are going to be aiming a game to be pitched to one of our different publishers. You will decide that when you have your list of 5 games, and we come over and talk to you. Now, you can have a list of 5 games that are for different publishers even, and we will kind of help guide which one we think will be best for this competition. So go ahead and start brainstorming and figuring out what you're going to do next.
So, hey, Ananda, we are, while Trevor's doing some more organizing, I want to have you describe the I was actually just eating. Never mind.
Anyway, go ahead.
So I want to have you read off some of these publishers that you made up. So,
Trevor made up the publishers.
Oh, okay.
I made up the games.
Nice.
But yes, I can describe our publishers here. We have 3 publishers, fake publishers.
That these game designers are going to try to
pitch to.
Pitch to.
Yes. We have Marigold Games, who got their start 20 years ago, creating highly immersive and themed board games and RPGs. Now they are looking for a new game design. It should fit in their catalog, have randomized results of actions, and needs to have combat, but combat does not have to be the focus. Fantasy, sci-fi, cyberpunk, steampunk, so long as the game world has space for beautiful art, it will be considered, but the mechanics have to match the theme. Their top 3 games to date are Steamships and Sorcerers 4, the long-awaited sequel to the cult classic. We've got Chrono Crashers The Time Heist, where players are robbing a vault before it's even built. And we've got Arcane Drift, where players are racing enchanted vehicles through treacherous tracks.
That's great.
So that's-
Also, people who are listening, like you can imagine maybe participating in this challenge too from home. Like, what would you pitch to this publisher?
Yeah.
Or maybe you want to make one of these games that I'm just describing.
Yeah, so that is Marigold Games. Then we have Partapalooza, which was started off as a joke company 10 years ago with a Kickstarter that went viral. They now have 16 party games that are inexpensive to produce and keep people laughing at the table. Joy and laughter are required, usually family friendly. They're not too concerned with themes, but they want to make sure it is fast, furious, and fun. They may pick up a game or two today as long as it fits in line with their catalog. Some games that they have already made include Am I the Silly Goose?, which is a 10-minute social deduction where each player is assigned a role of duck or goose, but they don't know their own role. We have Pizza Panic, which is a real-time memory game where players build pizzas by playing ingredient cards from their hand. And we have Banana Heist, where players compete to steal and stash the most bananas from the Monkey Mafia without getting caught.
Nice. And I'm proudly representing Partapalooza, the publisher, today.
Yeah. And then we have Contemplate Games, which I am representing today. They are a serious game publisher that believes games should challenge the player to find the best solutions to the problems they are faced with. Victory points are required for all of their games, so you can see by what metric you've won or lost. They prefer lower randomness with themes that evoke historical visages that often put you into a role of managing economies and resources. Cooperative games are not considered. Side effects and combos are great additions to any of their games, and their most well-known games are Sigiriya, which is a game where players are rival architects vying for the favor of King Kashyapa, building the fortress of Sigiriya in 5th century Sri Lanka. We've got Helsinger, where players are merchants, nobles, and royal officials vying for influence over the sound dues, which are tolls that were exacted from every ship passing through 16th century Denmark. And we've got the Line of Demarcation, which is a controversial game where players take on the role of colonial administrators and explorers who are basically divvying up the new world between them.
Controversial game.
Yes, drawing maps.
Yep. Hey, so I'm here with Group 1. Do you want to just quick say your names and, yeah.
I'm Jameson.
I'm Charles. Jared.
And I'm Leslie.
Awesome. And tell me what game ideas you've pitched so far.
Yeah. So we have 5 different ideas. We have an idea about training ninjas, which is where all of us are basically leaders of ninja groups and are trying to win bids from the current emperor, who has specific Shogun, who has specific jobs for the for ninjas to do, but he wants to hire the best group for those tasks. So our goal is to train ninjas in order to do the specific espionage and the specific assassinations that are required from the Shogun. Then we have a pirate economic game where instead of being on the pirate ships fighting other pirates, you are leading the entire fleet. So you're sending pirates out, and then they're going to come back with other ships, with supplies, with other crew, which you then assign to other ships and send out again, and then they come back with more loot and more crew and more ships, and so on and so forth until you become the most powerful pirate ever. And then we have... Oh, yes. We have a color combat game, which is an area control game where the idea is that you want to spread your color on the field as much as possible, but maybe when the colors touch or overlap, they end up mixing to form new colors, which could be chaos pretty quickly as the colors combine.
Contested areas.
Contested, yeah. Yep, contested territory, if you will. We have a racing roll and write game. And then our last game is the one that we were going to pitch to you. Yeah, as part of Partapalooza. Yeah,
Yes.
Which is, what if you are going to a potluck and a food fight breaks out at the potluck? So everyone has to create their own different recipes to bring to the potluck and then chuck it at everyone until someone wins.
Until you get so many stains.
Until you get so many stains on your shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That you have officially lost the fight. So probably be a one person loses type situation. Or person with the least stains when someone loses, one of those types of...
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Have you had any bites from the publishers around here?
We've had a
Contemplate, or which...
Contemplate was interested in the Pirates game, and Amerigold was interested in the Ninja Training game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
A couple different directions we could go.
yeah, I like all those. Personally, I think the color combat one sounds interesting
Yeah.
to me.
I do
But,
too.
as representing the publisher, probably Partapalooza would probably be more into the food fight game, of course. Yeah.
Well, you like all
Good
of
luck.
our ideas.
Good
That's
luck with your decision. Yes. So here we are at the Partapalooza pitch from Group 2. Do you have a designer collective name here? Or
We did not come up with a design group name.
But you could at least introduce yourself
Yeah.
real quick.
My name's Josiah.
Tyler.
Travis.
Janelle.
We have a dexterity game about feeding different animals or monsters, and they want different types of food, and they're different shaped, like maybe cubes, or some of them are little balls, and you're trying to flick them across the board. You don't want to feed the animal or monster the wrong food, otherwise it'll upset their belly. And so that would be a pretty quick, sort of fast-paced game. And then another one would be Monster Olympics, where you you're trying to design monsters to compete in a decathlon, and you are either building a deck or building out a monster in front of you to compete in the Olympics with different body parts, so like tentacles or a drill on their head so they can go underneath the hurdles instead of over them. And stuff
Oh,
like that.
nice. I like the pun, too, decathlon.
That was a totally unintentional pun,
Oh,
but
was
I
it?
love that.
Okay.
Monster Decathlon is... There we go. Now it's
Decathlon.
Monster Decathlon.
Yeah, those both sound fun. I'm imagining the first one would be feel like a mini golf course kind of with the monster mouths or something.
I think so.
That-
Like
yeah.
a big circle or something to try and get it in just right.
Yeah. Okay.
Or the other option was like a zoo where they're all out there. And you have to flick to the specific one.
Ooh. Okay. That seems fun too. And for the Monster Olympics decathlon, so it'd be like you have Monster Olympic events that you're and
The hurdles, the 100-meter swimming race, the I don't know, maybe a bike race.
Yeah.
Bike
And then
race.
whatever parts you use or choose, they're going to help you towards whatever.
Okay. Yeah. How would they be judged, or do you have ideas on how? Like, how do you determine if a certain monster wins the race?
Yeah. The one thought is like you're deck building, and so you're playing cards that might aid in your I don't know, speed or strength or different things just to see who can complete the thing fastest, if it's a race, or I don't know. Each game might have slightly different mechanics. Or,
We're going to leave that to developers.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll just hand this off to the developers.
Yeah,
and it's their job to actually make it work.
I've seen games that get pitched and signed that even have even less idea those things. So, I don't know. I think probably as part of Palooza, deck building might be a little heavy for our audience, unless it was, of course, like a little bit light deck builder.
Yeah. We're thinking kind of Sushi Ghost level of deck building. So.
Between the two for Palooza, I'd say the dexterity game would fit their lineup a bit better than deck building.
Probably, yeah.
I would love to see that game happen, so I think that would be my vote as well.
Feeding animals dexterity.
Yeah.
Game. All right.
Do you want to introduce yourselves real quick?
Yes.
I'm Kenny.
I'm Tad.
And I am Scott. We are the Eaton and Sons team, pitching to Palooza for the next best party game.
All right.
Sorry, Amerigold. And
So
the other
we have
one.
we have 5 concepts for you. And we're going to go through
all
them.
for me as part of Palooza?
Yes, all for Palooza.
Awesome.
And you guys can tell us which one is the most interesting to you.
Okay.
First off is no free wishes. Everyone is making wishes of a genie, and the genies are trying to fulfill the wish in the worst possible way. So one player will make a wish, constructing it using wish cards, and every other player will try to fulfill that wish in the worst possible way by playing their fulfillment cards. After everyone has fulfilled the wish, people will vote on what the worst fulfillment was, but they can't vote for themselves.
All right.
Weapons of mass amusement. You and your team are clowns with the greatest manufacturers dead. You have been put in charge of weapon manufacturing. These weapons must be able to fight the terrifying beast that killed the weapon manufacturers. Play cards on the blueprint, learning more about the monster you are trying to kill. Every turn, reveal a new part of the monster, and the player whose turn it is will play a card face down on the blueprint.
Cool.
Okay.
Save this one for last. It's our best one.
3 raccoons in a disco suit. You must tear up the dance floor together. Players will play cards one by one to move body parts quap style. So your card may say upper arm 1, right leg 2. And you have to play cards to get into the right poses at the right time in the music.
Failing mages. You are in mage school and there's a tournament. You need to win to get a good teacher, so you practice your spells. But you can't get your spells right, so you practice with your friends. And basically the main concept is play spells and roll for fulfillment.
Cool.
So give the Thunderbolt example.
Yeah. I'm trying to play Thunderstorm. Aw man, a 1. I guess I'm playing a cute fluffy cloud.
Zero
That's
damage.
great.
Heals opponent 3.
Our last one is Frankenstein Assembly Line. The ultimate taboo just got more efficient. An order will come in for a monster to terrorize the town. The orderer whispers a 2-word clue to the next player, who gets to play 1 part to the monster and then pass the clue along telephone style.
That sounds fun too. I don't know. I think all these have good names too.
Yeah.
Frankenstein Assembly Line. That has such a nice ring to it too. So for that one, as you're so the telephone whispering part, so it's all co-op.
Mm-hmm.
But what is there like complications in how you're whispering it to people, or let me make sure I understand.
Well, as you know, in the game Telephone, it's all about how much does the message get mangled by the end.
Mm-hmm.
And so each person along the assembly line gets progressively less information about what type of monster you're trying to build, and you don't get to see until everyone's done what the cards played were. So you flip over the cards, and you may need a flying monster that can scare grandmas, and you end up with, okay, it's got one wing, but then the rest are tentacles, and it's got a big bulbous nose. So.
Fly.
Oh, okay. You know what? I think that would be one I would be most interested in.
Okay.
As Partapalooza, the publisher. What do you guys think? Do you have
Yeah.
a favorite amongst
Yes.
you? Yeah?
Yeah.
Frankenstein assembly.
Frankenstein assembly line.
We also call it FAL, which is fall, which sounds like fail.
Yes. Frankenstein assembly line. It is. Cool.
Okay. We'll get that prototype
Okay.
made up for you. Bubba.
Awesome. Thank you.
Got the best one.
And you're just going to be doing the teach and learning how to play this game. Make sure you ask questions about what they're looking for and what their original intent was. Make sure you understand how a turn works. Make sure you understand how all that works. And then you are going to develop this game so it is an even better version than what it is already. All right, go ahead and start.
All right, sounds good. I'm Josiah, by the way.
Hi, I'm Kenny.
Kenny? What's your name?
Tad.
Tad? All
I
right.
have a friend from church named Josiah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the name Josiah. It's my own name. So, all right.
He's a little biased.
Just a little bit. So this is Fantasy Feed. So the goal is you have these 5 animals out here, or creatures. These are fantasy creatures out there.
Except the... Well,
Yes, it's the quote-unquote giant worm. No.
Doom sandworm.
Nope. This is just a regular earthworm.
Regular
This is
old
an-
giant earthworm.
Yes, exactly. It's just a large earthworm.
Makes sense.
So, so the goal of the game is to feed all of the animals. Each player has their little group of different shaped tokens, and all of the creatures eat different things. So the Minotaur can eat the gem, or the cone, or the lightning bolt. The dragon can eat the cube, the gem, or a person. Gorgon can eat a person, cube, or these little octagon things. So
Octagon cylinder thing?
exactly. So you guys can make up names for what all these different things are.
Silicon?
We were thinking that these were hay bales, the octagons, so you can feed the Gorgon.
Why would
hay.
Why would the Gorgon be eating hay?
That's a fantastic question. We just wanted something to eat it. So that you can. So your goal is on your turn. You choose one of your little things and you choose a target. So you can say, all right, I'm going to try to feed this person to the dragon. And you put it right in front of you, and then you have to flick it towards your goal. Oh, I didn't hit it. I missed. But I leave that out there. And then the next player would take their turn. And then once it got back to my turn, I could either choose a new component to go to either the same or a different creature, or I can go to that component and say, I was very close to the dragon. Now I'm going to come over. I'm going to do the person towards the dragon again, and then I overshot again. And then your goal is to get into any of the red zones that are on the creatures. So
actually gets pink.
yeah, some of it is a little pink. On the Gorgon, you could either feed her or her snakes. We actually, that came up when we were playtesting. It worked, so it was kind of fun. So once you fed, so imagine I actually got it in the dragon's mouth and I didn't suck at my own game. Then I take it, and you have this little scoreboard over here, and you pop it over there, and you say, oh, red has fed the dragon. So now I can't feed the person to anything else. So I have to kind of be a little strategic
Because
about...
you already fed one human being.
Exactly, and that the legal limit of feeding people to animals is 1. So then,
we're worried about the law here.
so then now I can only feed the Gorgon a cube or an octagon, and so you have to be
Silicon. It's not like
Silicon,
It's not like we're feeding monsters
An
or
oct-
anything or anything.
exactly. So now you have to be a little strategic about what you feed to what creature. Once someone has fed all creatures, that is the end of the game. Now, one of the cool things is the different creatures have some different rules for how they can be fed. We originally had them on these cards, so they'll probably need to go out onto their sheets. But when you're feeding the Gorgon, which is like Medusa, you have to do it with your eyes closed because you can't look at her, otherwise you'll turn to stone. And then Minotaur is underhand throw.
I'm going to assume you pitched this to Partapalooza.
Yes,
Yes,
that
he
is
did.
that is a very astute
I read
observation,
the
young man.
Pegasus.
This is pitched to Partypalooza. It's supposed to be a quick 15-minute-ish party game. If you think that it's more fun if you just have to feed 3 of the creatures instead of all of the creatures, then that works. But we had also written down other creatures. So the thought is you would have 5 creatures out at a time. Those would be like square cards that are all the same size in a deck. You shuffle them up and you randomly deal out 5, and then those are your targets. So that's some of the content that you guys could generate would be adding in a Hydra that has like many mouths, or a Centaur, a bear.
Idea. Cerberus.
Could have Cerberus. That's great. You have to feed 3 heads all at the same time or something.
No, for it to count, you have to feed out all 3 heads. All 3 heads have to be fed, but they all have to be by the same thing.
Yeah.
So you guys are already thinking about how
you guys are doing a great job
That's
figuring
great.
out how to develop.
Because your
Can
job
we keep
is
playing?
Yeah, we can keep
that's
playing.
great.
Oh, wait, idea.
I just went, so Tad, it's your
If
turn.
this was a party game,
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be more fun if we made it
Want to bring
real
it back?
time. Yeah, and then shoot for the dragon.
It could be real time.
I think that would. Jump.
So you can leave it there.
Also,
We don't have any rules right now for what happens if you feed a monster the wrong thing. If you want that to, right, we think it's a little more simple if you don't. All right.
Tiny.
Everyone's trying to feed the dragon. It's people.
Yeah.
All right, Tad, it's your turn. No, that's okay.
Baby steps.
Kenny, it's your
Tad.
turn.
Baby steps.
All right, I'm going to go for the Minotaur again. So I do underhand from right here. Yeah. Oh, lightning does not bounce how you expect it to bounce.
Lightning shouldn't bounce.
Kenny, your turn.
This goes against everything I've ever learned in physics.
Minotaur. Yeah.
I have an idea. Oh no. Giant worm hiding underground. So we take these and then block it since it's underground.
Ooh, I like
pretty
this.
fun.
Put some obstacles around.
Yeah, if you guys want to put obstacles around, that's awesome.
This is the giant worms thing.
Yeah, that's great. I love that the giant worms with obstacles.
Can you make the walls an official thing in this game?
That's your guys'
That's up to
role.
us.
You guys are the developers.
They're
You're in charge now. I'm going to walk away and never touch this game again.
All right, Trevor. So the designers have made their designs. The developers have now learned the games. They're figuring out how to develop these games. And we have some time here, so I want to ask you about Iron Designer challenges you've done in the past.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a really cool thing, and maybe designers could start this up in their own cities.
It's super easy as long as you have a community of designers that want to get together and be around each other. Like, you just tell people that you're going to put it on, and more often than not, they will show up to it, especially if it's free. And I try to have all of our events be free just because I don't want to have a barrier to entry like that.
Yeah, and for inspiration for people, what were some of the past things you've done
Sure.
that worked well for Iron Designer?
So, like, designing a game using a deck of playing cards, that's usually, like, one of the main challenges I do. This year we're not, obviously, because we're designing and developing a single game throughout, multiple stages. But in previous years, yeah, I've had, design a family game using a deck of cards, or using 2 decks of cards, or one of my favorites was when I grabbed a bunch of versions of Monopoly, and I just said, redesign Monopoly using the same theme and components, but using different mechanics. And I think that was one of the most fun I'd have, like, just the collective groan I heard when I unveiled the Monopoly games was exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. And I think, did you also offer, like, other games that people could work on instead of Monopoly, or no?
There were multiple different versions of Monopoly, but they were all Monopoly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in the next year, I did. I have a friend who gave me a lot of copies of different games that he had made, and then just stopped trying to sell them. And so I just have a surplus of games in my basement. So I brought those in and just said, "Hey, make a game using these components," and that people just could grab multiple games, one game, and then they just piecemealed things together and figured it out, which it's a fun constraint. And I think that's what if I've learned anything, is make sure you have constraints on the challenges that are actionable. And like today, a lot of people are struggling with the openness of like design a game based on what these publishers want. It's like, okay, well, I see what they're making, but that's not telling me like, oh, design, a 4-player co-op game. It's very abstract. And I think if you want people to like really pursue and enjoy a challenge, having good constraints is a good way to do so.
Yeah. And actually, I think one of the best challenges you had was that we had to make real-time games, which we randomly rolled the dice to see if
at one of our game jams,
But that was great because your testing is just instantaneous.
Yeah.
You're just going for it, for real time. And I remember liking the game we came up with for that, and we ended up removing the real-time element to it, but it got us, like...
It got you there.
Just going there.
Yeah. That's amazing how much just playing the games and playing with the mechanics, even if you're just like, you have blank cards, blank board, and you just pretend the entire thing.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can come up with doing that.
And actually having a lot of variety of components is really nice.
Yes.
Because people are so... We're just doing an impromptu interview. It's all good.
I think we have 60 minutes. Okay. But I'll need to double check that after this.
Yeah, this is a 6-hour event today.
Yeah.
But it's great because... they need time to develop these games too.
Right. So like for today we have 2 kind of party games and 1 Euro game. And obviously the party games had a much easier time getting finished than the Euro game, which, and I say finished, in terms of the design process, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting just seeing what people what people do and how much time it takes them to do it.
Yeah.
I also put people in groups of 3 and 4, which usually I do 1 or 2 as the groups. So like kind of forcing that collaboration. It's something that's really hard for a lot of designers because we're all very siloed. And so we'll work on games ourselves and just do that. And so I always try to find multiple different things to kind of poke and prod at people and just see if we can develop those skills that really help us improve ourselves.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, and back to the components thing, what I was saying. So, I think it's really nice to have a wide variety of components to use because, people are so visual and physical when they're designing. Of just like you can generate more ideas when you're pushing things around the table and.
You start imagining boxes or like different places to do things and put resources or like. Or how many resources do we have? Oh, we have 5.
Yeah.
Great, we have these 5 different colored cubes or whatever it is.
You brought those cones, I think, from Talisman or something, and that inspired a game that became Ringyo, which is getting published now. So, or the other one was Chinese checkers board that Trevor Kirchner and I had that during Iron Designer.
Yep.
And we made a game out of that. Who knows if that'll go anywhere, but
Yeah. And that's what's great. Like, I really like both formats that we've done so far, where this one's just a one-day event, 6 hours. We're doing one kind of game at a time. But ultimately, like, the other ones had, you know, you're making 3 games or 4 games, or you have a pitch involved or you don't. And so I normally try to have a pitch in there because it's something that we all kind of need to flex anyway, and most of us don't want to. And so this gives us an opportunity to have that. Even if it makes us uncomfortable, we still do it.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah.
Thanks for all you're doing here, Trevor.
Yeah, no
It's
problem.
great.
It's great.
They're now in the pitching phase.
It's the final phase of the Iron Designer Challenge today.
Yes, which the developers have handed the games off to the people who are going to be pitching the games, which I was just saying is kind of interesting because it's like they're listening in a different light than the developers were when they first heard the design. They're probably thinking of all the critiques of, like, how could I change this game?
Yeah.
This phase, they're not allowed to change the game. They're just trying to find the fun parts that they can pitch.
Yeah, the only caveat, of course, is that if the game doesn't work, change it enough so that it works, and then you still have to pitch it.
Yeah.
But, like, in theory by now, it's very minuscule changes and just to bring to light the design and really make those important parts shine.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
And everyone's invested in every game.
Yeah, everyone's invested in each game, which I love.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Are we still going to be scoring? Are we going to be scoring based on the game itself rather than the teams having scores or combo?
You know, I'm gonna have the team scores written, I think, but ultimately, I think I want to announce the game scores, or at least the top game score, because I think no one knows for sure what that'll be, and I don't know which one that'll be.
Right.
Which is really interesting. Like, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Yes. Before we start, Trevor, do you want to explain anything about the pitches here?
All right, so we're basically starting here with just pitching each game individually. Everyone has stopped working. We're all gathered around the first game, which is the pirate game. And basically, Scott here is going to be pitching to the publisher, Contemplay, who is more of the kind of Euro-style game publisher. So, here we go.
So this game is called Bosun. It is a pirate simulation game, which is quick play. You are bluffing against your opponents. There's very little luck, very little randomness. It's all about reading your opponents, trying to anticipate what they're going to do, and being a real gentleman of fortune as you are trying to make sure that you're taking the road less traveled and not getting into battles with other pirates. So in the game, there will be 8 rounds, and each of the rounds only takes a couple of minutes. So it's one of the simulation games that you can get on and off the table in less than 40 minutes.
Wow.
What you will be doing is allocating crew. So at the beginning of your turn, you are going to have your 2 ships, which is your clipper and your tall ship. And you are going to take the crew. You'll have 8 of them at the beginning of the game, but you will be able to earn more as you fulfill missions and go to port. And you will allocate your crew to either increasing the speed of your ship, increasing your cargo capacity, or arming them and using them for intimidation. Why you're going to do that is because there are going to be different missions out here, which will allow you to change in cargo for other rewards. So all of the missions, whether they're trades, raids, or escorts, is going to be based on your cargo capacity for your crew. And there will be different ways to gain gold as you do that. The intimidation is going to allow you to get the jump on things. So if 2 pirates are in the same location, the one with the higher intimidation score wins. However, as I said with bluffing and reading your opponent, if I'm playing against Trevor and Charlie, and I know Trevor's going to go high on intimidation, and Charlie's going to go high on intimidation, if they are both tied for the highest, they'll cancel each other out and fight each other, and I will get to sneak in and do the raid. So a lot of the bluffing. After you do that, you will go onto the return voyage, and you'll take some turns to bring your ship back to port. The distance you can go is based on how much you allocate to speed. So if you really want to get this one out here, you're going to have to put a lot in speed, but you won't have much left over for cargo and intimidation. You can always go to port, which requires 0 speed, and you can use your intimidation to require crewmen, acquire crewmen. Everyone will always get one, but the person who has the highest intimidation will get more because you're a feared pirate captain. Victory points are gold. You'll get gold by going on the missions, but you can change in gold for a couple of things. You can use your gold to hire more crewmen, and as soon as you hire one, it will be with you for the rest of the game. Or you can pay 5 gold. That will take 3 gold. Or you can pay 5 gold to upgrade your ship. And so now my ship has additional capacity for speed and intimidation, and I will be able to allocate more crewmen there. So play 8 rounds. Whoever has the most gold at the end, whoever's amassed the most treasure, is the most feared pirate captain, and they win.
Excellent. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Leslie.
This is Olympus Cafe. Feed the beasts and claim your glory. It is a 15 to 20 minute 1 to 4 player, although we think it could probably play more if we add extra pieces. Dexterity game, ages 6 plus. It includes dexterity, mythology. Each of these is a mini game, so it also changes each time you play, and it's a race to victory. There's so much variety because each of the monsters plays slightly differently, and they're modular, so there's extras you can add into the game, and the variety makes feeding each monster fun. The way the game works is you have this ramp here, and you place it next to the monster, and then you feed it its preferred food. So the Minotaur here just wants to eat cubes. I then take my turn to flick the cube, and I missed. If I had gotten it in, then the Minotaur's special mechanic is that it has to be fed twice on the same turn. So I would then take my second cube, flick it in. Let's say I got it in because it's easier to explain the game that way, and I'm not good at dexterity games.
I am.
You are? That's awesome. When you win, you then take the food that you fed to the monster and place it on a section of your winning card. When you have fed all 4 monsters their favorite food, then you win. Each of the monsters plays differently. The Gorgon eats the people. In order to, the Gorgon has to be done with your eyes closed. You have to place the ramp with your eyes closed, and then you have to flick with your eyes closed. The Siren, once you target the Siren, you have to keep taking your turns to hit the Siren because of its siren song until you get it. The Kraken, if you land on its tentacles, then it holds your piece for a turn, so you have to come back to it later. There's also additional ones. There's the Pegasus and the Giant Worm, and it's really modular. You could easily add in more and more. Why Olympus Cafe? So dexterity games are fun. They're accessible to many age groups and many demographics. It plays quickly. There's minimal text for production. All of the text on here could easily be on little reference cards. It's modular for variety. You can add in different monsters. You can always add more monsters with just a single play sheet and a game piece for each player. You can even produce the monsters double-sided, which would allow you to add 2 monsters at once or to have 2 monsters, give you an option for more monsters to play with. And you can even make new variations on the same theme. You can make a version of this game with a zoo, with aliens, with robots. It really is limitless in the theme it could be. So, yeah, that's Olympus Cafe.
Excellent. Thanks, Leslie.
Sounds like a great Partapalooza game. Awesome.
And then Frankenstein Assembly Line.
Have you ever wanted to assemble an amalgamation of absolute horror with your family? Now you can. The Frankenstein Assembly Line is a fast, quick, and humorous game about putting together disparate monster parts to match the vision of Dr. Frankenstein's dubious plans. Each round, Frankenstein draws a card, an order card, to tell them the vision for their latest experiment. Through cryptic clues, they try to guide their minions to add body parts that bring the monster closer to perfection. So, in this case, we already have added an arm and 2 legs. All of the players, other than Frankenstein, will just have head, body, and arm cards left. And then they will try to add elements to match Frankenstein's goals. So we'll imagine someone just played a card, and Frankenstein can give us a clue to help bring the elements of terror, spectacle, mystery, destruction, or moral quandary into order.
So for our orders of Drive the Rich Man Insane, I will say that terror is way too high.
Okay. So I will put down a dog body. And then Frankenstein will adjust the markers to put them where they should go. And then after I play my card, Frankenstein can give one more clue.
Mystery is way too low.
I've got supermarket for the arm.
We believe that this fits well with Partapalooza's brand of fast, fun, accessible family games. There's a lot of humor in the disparate monster parts coming together to form your own unique amalgamation. It's very unlikely that you'll make a monster that anyone has ever made before, and it leads to fun trying to take a picture at the end to see the strange monster that you made. So.
Nice. I like that aspect of it. Taking a picture of a monster with a supermarket for a hand.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
All of the
nice.
people are screaming.
You can thank me and Kenny for the art.
Okay, we'll hire you guys. All right. Nice job. Okay.
And so we're just going to meet up real quick and go over final scoring, and then we will come back to you guys. If you can start clearing everything away, wrapping everything up. If you want to keep the cards you created or that other people created for your game, go ahead and have those conversations now. Are you ready for scores? Well, we're not giving scores exactly. We're going to tell you that the pirate game is going to be published. Ooh. Of all the games here today, we felt that one had the best process overall throughout every section. So good work, pirate game, and everyone who worked on it. Which is everyone.
But it was close.
It was actually
in terms of
shockingly
scores,
close.
very close. For games.
A 2-point spread. That's all it was. So
yeah.
Yep.
So congrats.
2 points were available.
Yeah.
It was 42 to 40 to 40.
Oh wow.
So it was a very tight game today.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for participating. We really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for helping clean up as well.
Hey, thanks for listening to The Tabletop Takeaway. This podcast is made possible by listeners like you. So please tell your friends and visit our website at thetabletoptakeaway.com, where you can suggest games and mechanics for us to cover next on the show.